Our top story, the arrest of the main suspect in the Crystal Rogers disappearance and murder. 8 years after her disappearance from Bardstown, her former boyfriend, Brooks Houck, is in custody, charged with murder and tampering with evidence. His mugshot was just released within the last 30 minutes.
WDRB was the only news station there to capture Houck's transfer to the Nelson County Jail. And our Monica Harkins asked him about Rogers. Monica?
Hayden and Valerie, it's here at the back of the Nelson County Jail where Brooks Houck was escorted into this jail. And I asked him, where is Crystal Rogers? He didn't say anything at all as he was taken in to that back door here at this jail. Let's take a look at some of the video that we captured. It was a little more than an hour ago that this happened. He was taken in with two out of uniform investigators and the Nelson County jailer close by. It was just 2 hours before that, at around 8:45 this morning, the FBI of Louisville posted that Houck had been arrested without incident. Rogers was last seen in July of 2015. Houck is believed to be the last person to see her alive and has been a primary suspect since the very beginning 8 years ago. The FBI saying in a post this morning that agents, along with KSP troopers, have been, quote, laser focused on their commitment to hold accountable those that were responsible for the disappearance of Crystal Rogers. And that quote today is a significant step in making good on that promise. Over the years, the Houck family farm, the home of Brooks Houck and his brother Nick, have been searched multiple times, along with a storage unit belonging to Rogers. 2 years ago, the FBI even ripped up an entire driveway of a home built by Houck's construction company. And last year, the FBI was back at the Houck farm for a 5-day search. Earlier this month, Joseph Lawson was arrested and charged with conspiracy to commit murder in the Rogers disappearance. He pled not guilty. So that makes 2 arrested in this case. Of course, Houck officially being charged with murder this morning. He is being held on a $10 million bond. We talked to some of the folks here at the jail who say that's the largest bond they've ever seen in this area. And we've also been waiting to see if his attorney shows up. So far, we haven't seen that here at the back of this jail. We're going to continue to be monitoring this. The FBI says he's expected to appear before a judge in October, which could be as soon as next week. So we'll find out more whether he pleads not guilty or guilty to these charges. And we're continuing to cover this all day on air and online. Live in Nelson County with photojournalist Frank Stamper, Monica Harkins, WDRB News.
All right, Monica, thank you. And we are learning more about the other man charged in connection with Rogers' murder. Joseph Lawson, a Nelson County man, is wheelchair bound. He's been having his court appearances via Zoom because he has been hospitalized. His attorney says because of that, he hasn't been able to meet with him. And the prosecution says there is a lot of evidence to go over in this case. Just like Brooks Houck, Lawson is charged with complicity to commit murder and tampering with physical evidence in the Rogers case.
And obviously, a case like this, there's lots of attention and there's lots of, conclusions that have probably been made by lots of people when they actually haven't seen all the evidence.
But who exactly is Joseph Lawson? WDRB investigates, uncovers his criminal past and what some women claim he did. That story airs today on WDRB News at 5 and 11.
Was talking about it earlier. Bryce actually heard some rain overnight. I'm so happy.
Yeah, a lot of us are going to get some good rainfall today. Some of us are going to be left with a little bit less than others, just how it is this time of year. But at this point, we're going to have to take anything we can get. We are so far behind on our rainfall. Downtown saw a little bit of rain move through about 20-30 minutes ago. There's still a lot more moving through down to our south. We're at 68 right now in Louisville. So that rain is continuing to kind of hold back our temperatures, and that's holding back also our storm energy for later on this afternoon, which storms need, by the way, to get stronger and continue their strength. That's why a lot of the shower storms that were moving through earlier, you can see weakened as they got closer to our area. It's in the morning time. You got a lot of cloud cover. You're not going to have a whole lot of heat, which means you're not going to have a lot of, if any, storm energy, which is why all of this didn't have any lightning with it. It's just plain old rain. However, later on this afternoon, especially overnight, I do think we're going to have some more storms rolling on through. And I think some of that honestly could last through part of the day tomorrow. So your grass really needs the rain. If you haven't been watering itself, it's going to love it today and tonight. So over the next couple of days, it's going to grow quick. And you'll notice that we dry off pretty quick, though. So Friday and Saturday, you're good to go, but I would hold off tomorrow and getting all the yard work done because I do think we'll have a few more downpours tomorrow morning, especially in Kentucky. Back to this afternoon, again, we have a slight risk for severe storms out from the Storm Prediction Center. This does include Louisville and a good chunk of our area. If we can build up enough heat, key kind of focus on the if there, that would lead to stronger storms later on tonight. Damaging wind gusts, hail, and heavy rain would be possible, especially to our south and to our west, in my opinion. But there's a specific timeline of when this begins to move on through and when it moves out tomorrow. If you have outdoor plans tomorrow, you're going to want to listen up over the next 10 minutes as we go through the timeline and how much more rain we should expect.
Bryce, thank you. JCPS may not be able to provide transportation to every student. The district laid out some options at its board meeting, but does not plan to make final decisions till early next year. It will likely impact the 2024-25 school year. The first option would require all magnet and traditional students to be dropped off at a central location, taken to a depot, and then dropped off at school. The second and third option would only provide transportation to magnet or traditional students on free or reduced lunch, either from a regular bus stop or at a central location. And the fourth option would cut transportation for any student who attends a magnet or traditional school.
The days of all students being transported to all schools is at the end of that road. And so we're just going to have some discussions about what that will look like. So we don't have that now, but I know it will need to be substantial.
JCPS says 4 missed days from the beginning of the year will be forgiven, while the other 2 will be made up in November and January. Next month, Governor Andy Beshear and Attorney General Daniel Cameron will square off in a debate.
WDRB, along with several other news outlets, is sponsoring this event. The debate will be held at Northern Kentucky University on Monday, October 16th. Seating is limited, so there will be no public entry, but you can watch it. WDRB will broadcast the debate here on air, online, and on WDRB+. U of L quarterback Jack Plummer and a real plumber teaming up. The way the deal for this billboard along I-65 came to life.
Plus, a police officer just wings it during his first chase, the new nickname he has now after catching a chicken.
A monument represents a lifetime and lasts many more. Shouldn't you trust a family with lifetimes of experience? Evans Monument Company, creating monuments for lifetimes.
When you've been injured in a car wreck, there's a lot at stake. Your family, your job, your future. That's why you deserve a law firm with a proven track record of success. When everything's at stake, Isaacs & Isaacs is here for you in Kentucky.
Big trucks can cause big wrecks.
I'm attorney Daryl Isaacs, the Hammer. Big truck wrecks don't just happen with 18-wheelers. Delivery trucks like this have caused thousands of accidents. And when dump trucks like this lose control on the highway, the consequences can be deadly. So if you've been injured by a dump truck, delivery truck, 18-wheeler, or any kind of big truck, I'll fight to get you every dollar you deserve.
Big truck wreck? Call 877-ALL-7s.
One call, that's all.
You know those big dreams you have for your home? With an advanced home equity line of credit, you can take care of home renovations or other large expenses. Plus, you can apply online and get personalized service with local decisioning. Apply today for a home equity line of credit at advancecu.org.
Jefferson County Public School buses travel nearly 70,000 miles each day, transporting 60,000 kids to school. However, when you go from 900 drivers to 650, the outcome is more bus routes, more bus stops, and careless driving, resulting in more school bus accidents. If you or your child has been injured in a school bus accident, you need the Winton and Heastand Law Group, lawyers that care about you and your child. Winton and Heastand, real lawyers, no gimmicks.
Fads come and go. And when you've been around as long as we have, you've seen plenty. We've even enjoyed a few ourselves. But being in business for over 70 years means sticking to the principles that don't change over time. Like respect, integrity, trust, and enthusiasm. But whether you shop online or in person, we guarantee to find you the right car at the right price. Fads come and go. But at Swope Mitsubishi, great service never goes out of style.
Boone's Butcher Shop has been serving the community for over 70 years because we live here just like you. Whatever challenges we face, we'll face them together. For our family, keeping your family fed is our business, today and tomorrow. Boone's Butcher Shop. Top quality meat is closer than you think.
Summer Classics in Gabby presents the ultimate tent sales event. Step into our indoor tent sale and discover the furnishings to elevate your outdoor spaces and inside home. All floor models must go. Enjoy an incredible 50 to 70% off select Gabby indoor and Summer Classics outdoor furniture designed to withstand the elements while providing timeless elegance. Accessorize your home with style and savings. Select accessories are up to 40% off. Don't miss your chance to save up to 70% off. Sale ends October 8th.
There's nothing like the freedom of the open road here in Kentucky. But motorcycle wrecks can result in very serious injuries.
So we take motorcycle wrecks personally.
And our team will fight to get you every dollar you deserve. One call, that's all.
Corvin's Furniture and Flooring in Bardstown is Kentucky's largest family-owned in-stock flooring dealer. With over 3 million square feet in stock, let our experienced staff help you create your dream home. Corvin's Furniture and Flooring, where quality meets service.
Down a murder victim stood before a judge today.
James William Boer Jr. is charged with facilitation to murder. Police say he used a fake Facebook account to send a photo of Ashley Yates to her ex-boyfriend Zachary Hines. Yates was shot outside at Westport Village back in June. She died at the hospital. Police say Hines killed her and then died by suicide. Court documents say Boer sent Hines a picture of Yates' location on Facebook using an account named Lee Him. The account also said he was on a recon mission to get information about Yates. Boer's bond was set at $250,000 cash, and his next court date is set for October 5th. We now know the name of the woman hit and killed while crossing a busy Louisville road. Police say 74-year-old Kusum Nahata was hit around 7 yesterday morning on Lexington Road at Penwood Road. That's near Sacred Heart Academy. Nahata was taken to the hospital where she later died, and police say the driver who hit that woman stayed there at the scene.
Justin's House of Bourbon could lose its liquor license. State ABC officials charged Justin's with a number of violations. Kentucky officials say Justin's stores in Louisville and Lexington were not reporting when they bought vintage bourbons from people. They also took bottles that don't qualify as vintage. Officials say Justin's took bottles to their store in Washington, D.C. so they could get around other state laws. WDRB asked for comment, but the business has not responded. Both Justin's locations are open with valid licenses while this case plays out.
Some of us are getting rain right now. Others are going to get more heavy rain later on today and especially after sunset tonight. Some of these storms could end up being on the strong side. Let's talk about what impacts those could bring and how much rain it could bring to the area next.
Fads come and go. And when you've been around as long as we have, you've seen plenty. But being in business for over 70 years means sticking to the principles that don't change over time. Fads come and go. But at Swope Toyota, great service never goes out of style.
Hi folks, Mike Kennedy with HKC Roofing. Storms have hit again and storm chasers will be popping up overnight. Beware of companies offering to cover your deductible. It's against Kentucky law and will result in shortcuts being taken on your roof. Warranties offered by storm chasers are useless. They won't be here to back them up. Choose a local, proven professional to help you with your damage and insurance claim. Call HKC Roofing today at 502-212-1081.
WDRB Weather app delivers more WDRB weather. Where you want it, when you want it. Like checking the weather during your lunch hour because you needed a little extra shut-eye and missed the morning forecast. Download the WDRB Weather app today.
When I gave birth to my daughter, I started hemorrhaging.
After being diagnosed with cancer, I needed surgery and chemotherapy.
I was diagnosed with sickle cell anemia as a baby.
I needed a blood transfusion.
I needed multiple transfusions.
I've needed many transfusions.
The Kentucky Blood Center saves lives by facilitating donations locally.
A blood donor saved my life.
A blood donor saved my life.
A blood donor saved my mom's life.
I was in the backyard watering my plants. It happened so fast. A dog got through my fence and knocked me over. I broke my hip, which at my age is a tough thing to go through. The dog also injured my little pup, Fiona. I'm so glad I called the Hammer. The attorneys took care of everything. They got me the help and the money I needed to recover. $225,000.
Dog bite injury? One call. That's all.
Call 877-ALL-7s.
Fads come and go. And when you've been around as long as we have, you've seen plenty. But being in business for over 70 years means sticking to the principles that don't change over time. Fads come and go. But at Swope Nissan, great service never goes out of style.
Bourbon on Ice jewelry is a pairing of natural brown diamonds with white diamonds. It's special because it is a local product. Bourbon on Ice is unique strictly to Elizabethtown and to Kentucky. We're a full-service jewelry store. We can provide just about everything a customer would want. We do it all in the store. If you buy a ring and it needs to be sized, we can have it back to you that day. The important thing about jewelry is that it is about building a memory. It's a promise and it's something pure and shows how much you care for them.
At Corvin's Furniture and Flooring in Bardstown, browse one of the largest selections of in-stock furniture in Kentuckiana with friendly staff, top brands, and furniture ready to take home today. Corvin's Furniture and Flooring, where quality meets service.
Louisville's quarterback have in common with a plumber. Well, his name, of course.
WDRB's Dalton Gobby learned more about the deal that created this billboard just off I-65.
On a drive into Louisville, just past the home of the Cards.
We how did we not already think of that, as soon as we knew, he was coming.
Is a billboard that just makes too much sense.
Given my last name, it was something that when NIL came out, I thought it would be a cool idea to partner with a plumbing company.
Hi, I'm Tom Drexel.
A plumber and a plumber. Only one is actually a quarterback with a profitable last name.
On the playground, people asking, is your dad a plumber? And just stuff like that. Are you going to be a plumber when you grow up? So
this is your way of being a plumber.
Exactly, yeah. Now, right? And hey, the last name is paying off now.
The new billboard went up last week and features the best plumbers in town. One drains pipes, the other drains defenses.
As a quarterback, sometimes you get too much of the credit, sometimes you get too much of the blame for when things go good or when things go bad. It's good to be able to do something like this and get my name out into the city like that.
He's just, really stellar guy and laid back and fun to work with.
Just days after the billboard went up, Plummer had a near perfect passer rating.
5 touchdowns last week didn't hurt either.
But all of this is really thanks to 502 Circle.
We're kind of that middleman, or that we're just that resource of knowledge for both sides.
It's the collective organization that raises funds for name, image, and likeness deals for student athletes at U of L.
This city, we have such a great opportunity. There's so many people here who are rabid about Cardinal sports, right? So for us to be able to take advantage of that and use our student athletes to continue to push brands of local businesses, it's a win-win for everybody.
It's kind of a surreal thing, you grow up and you don't think you'll ever be someone whose face is on a billboard, so it was really cool.
With photojournalist Dave White, Dalton Godby, WDRB News.
WDRB weather is sponsored by Windows Plus Bath Systems.
Rain still moving through some of our southern communities right now. E-Town, for instance, seeing that. It's cooled down some temperatures there, down to 64 in E-Town. Again, you're going to see these rain-cooled temperatures around the area for a little while. 68 at the airport. They've dropped about 3 or 4 degrees here over the past 20, 30 minutes. See a couple 70s sprinkled on in there. Our temperatures are going to have to come up a lot more in order to get some storms later on this afternoon. What's killing that chance right now is the rain that's moving through currently. You can tell storm activity down to our south. We're left with just plain old rainfall, which isn't a bad thing. We could really use it. But the rain that's moving through right now is weakening because we don't have any heat. It's still now, it's just early afternoon. We've had a lot of cloud cover, no sunshine. That's blocked out a lot of that heating. Later on this afternoon, there's going to be dry time. And I do think we're going to squeeze out some sunshine here or there at times. That is going to warm up the surface at least a little bit, and it's going to allow at least for a little bit of storm energy along with some wind shear to come together and ready for storms later on tonight. So most of the rain from now on is going to be after sunset. You look at 3 a.m. right here, data's picking up on scattered showers and storms. Some of this pretty heavy rolling on through our area, especially down for our southern communities in Kentucky. Tomorrow morning, we're still left with a few of these showers hanging on. This is 6:30, for instance. Here comes 8:30. Some of our southern communities still seeing a lot of this heavy rain and storm activity. By the afternoon, we see some dry time, a couple pop-up storms with heating of the day tomorrow as well. Not a complete washout, but I would definitely carry the umbrella regardless, especially if outdoor plans tomorrow afternoon. By the time we get to Friday, we're going to start off with some fog more than likely in the morning, especially if we get some heavy rain the next couple of days. Then we decrease the cloud cover and warm up later on this week. Now, the storms today do have a chance to become strong to severe. This is level 2 out of 5. Slight risk from the Storm Prediction Center. Damaging wind gusts, very heavy rain, and some hail are going to be those main impacts. And you can see through the rest of the daytime, we don't get a lot more rain. But overnight, those rain chances start to come on up and our rain totals start to come on up. I'm thinking about a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch for many of us. Some of us are going to be left out with a little bit less than that. Just is what it is this time of year. We're going to have to deal with it. However, we're going to need the rain today while we have the chance, because over the next 6 to 10 days, we are favoring very, very dry, and we're favoring pretty warm as well, more summer-like pattern as we head through the rest of this week and into next week. So 82 today. If we're lucky, we'll get into the low 80s if we get enough dry time and some sunshine. If not, we may get caught in the upper 70s. 65 overnight tonight. Notice that rain chance jumps up overnight. I'm going to keep us at a 70% chance for right now as we continue to see more showers and storms roll across our area as we're sleeping. Tomorrow morning for the morning commute, especially our Kentucky counties, expect some more rain to moving on through, and then get ready for some dry weather and some hot weather. We're going to be making a run at 90 later on next week.
Still feels like summer. Thank you, Bryce. The formation of a new supercontinent could wipe out humanity and make Earth uninhabitable. But don't worry, it's not happening anytime soon. British researchers say it will take about 250 million years. They use supercomputer climate models to predict how climate extremes would intensify after the world's continents merge. They found it would be extremely hot and dry. The last mass extinction happened around 66 million years ago when an asteroid slammed into Earth and killed the dinosaurs and most life on the planet. Still scary to think about.
Absolutely.
NASA astronaut Frank Rubio returns to Earth after breaking a big record.
He became the first American to spend more than a year in space. Rubio and a pair of Russian cosmonauts parachuted to a landing in Kazakhstan on a Russian capsule. He initially planned to spend just 6 months up in space, but his Russian ride home fell through because of a coolant leak. Rubio logged a total of 371 days in space. A nice record, but I feel like that's really hard on your body to be up there for that long.
Still pretty amazing.
Absolutely. A birdie bandit flies the coop until a police officer cries foul.
Come on, now get on get. Get on get, now. Get on get. Get on get.
An apartment resident called police to complain about the bird. Jonesboro, Arkansas police officer Nathan Swindle responded, says the bird-brained chicken just refused to go home, even running underneath the car. Swindle is a new academy graduate and says this was his first foot chase.
I was trying to just shoo it off a little bit, and then it took off, and so I was like, man, I got to catch it. So I just immediately started chasing after it. Last thing I thought I'd be doing was chasing a chicken around.
Officers took the chicken back home, but it was seen at the apartments again 2 days later. Swindle says his chase earned him a new nickname, Rooster.
Something tells me he is never getting rid of that nickname either.
His first foot chase.
All right, we'll be right back right after this.
When the Thompsons first bought their house, all they saw was their dream home. They didn't yet know that with a home equity line of credit from Commonwealth Credit Union, it would be their keys to epic cannonballs and the chance to see the world. As years went by, it allowed them to empower the next generation and make happily ever after come true. Which begs the question, what could your home be doing for you? Let's find out together. Commonwealth Credit Union. Here, we see you differently.
You get regular checkups on things that are important to you. So what's more important than your home comfort? Call Bryant.com. With regular maintenance, we can help prevent untimely breakdowns. Schedule your preventative maintenance. Just $80.
Call Bryant.com.
You get regular checkups on things that are important to you. So what's more important than your home comfort? Call Bryant.com. With regular maintenance, we can help prevent untimely breakdowns and keep your system running longer. Clean systems run more efficiently, use less energy, and can lower your energy bills. Call Bryant.com. We have a maintenance plan to fit your needs. Or schedule your preventative maintenance, just $80. Bryant's Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric.
Call Bryant.com. I've been living here for 15 years. The bathtubs are outdated and they're for kids. Sometimes they were difficult to clean. You had that step over. So I decided that I wanted to call a few companies, make some comparisons, and I chose Windows Plus. And we discussed pricing, style, when they could do the installation, which was important. Windows Plus gave me the best deal. I got the best service. And then when you see a company that really steps up, it's heartwarming because you don't see that today.
Been telling you about all hour, the arrest of Brooks Houck.
It comes 8 years after Bardstown mother Crystal Rogers disappeared. WDRB was the only news outlet there when Houck was escorted into the Nelson County Jail in handcuffs just about an hour and a half ago. The FBI arrested him at his home without incident earlier this morning, and he's now charged with complicity to murder and tampering with physical evidence. A judge set his bond at $10 million.
Crystal Rogers was last seen on July 3rd, 2015. She was dating Houck at the time, and he was the only person publicly named as a suspect. The complicity to murder charges in this case point to the fact that investigators believe Rogers is dead, but she has never been found. After 8 years of no charges, there's been a lot of movement in the case in the last 3 weeks. Earlier this month, Joseph Lawson was arrested on the same charges as Houck.
And we will continue to update this breaking news story for you, and you can follow all of the developments here on WDRB.com and on WDRB+. We have crews digging into several angles today. We'll have you covered today. Join us at 4 as well.
For nearly 30 years, Commonwealth has been Louisville's exclusive European motorcycle dealer, with Ducati, KTM, Triumph, Aprilia, and Vespa scooters.
And now, Commonwealth is part of the Swope family of dealerships, but with the same great staff. What brought us together?
We ride.
We have everything you need to ride and keep you running, including the best technicians around.
Commonwealth Motorcycles in New Loop.
The name you know, the people you trust.
We ride!
Fads come and go, and when you've been around as long as we have, you've seen plenty. But being in business for over 70 years means sticking to the principles that don't change over time. Fads come and go, but at Swope Hyundai, great service never goes out of style.
A monument represents a lifetime and lasts many more. Shouldn't you trust a family with lifetimes of experience? Evans Monument Company, creating monuments for lifetimes.
When you've been injured in a car wreck, there's a lot at stake. Your family, your job, your future. That's why you deserve a law firm with a proven track record of success. When everything's at stake, Isaacs & Isaacs is here for you in Kentucky.